Hi. I have another Carlston related story. So, first of all, I just realized something as I was thinking about this story, that my story about the Massey Ferguson 727 that Elmer, old swamp buck, rebuilt for my father was not true. That was another tractor. The 727 was one that he bought at an auction before we actually, or when I think when he first got that farm in Minnesota, and it was actually being rebuilt at a shop by like a real mechanic, a real tractor mechanic, somewhere a ways away from our farm. And so the reason that you need that backstory is that in order to pick up the tractor, he wanted, what Papa wanted to do was drive to this shop and then drive the tractor back to our farm, but he needed somebody to drive the truck. So he decided that someone was me, and I was 12, maybe 11, I don't know. So so he sets out to teach me how to drive this 1968 Chevy pickup that he had, and that he had actually rebuilt and repainted and everything. I wish he would have kept it. Oh, it would be lovely to have now. But anyway, so he gave me these driving lessons, and unfortunately, in Idaho, they're pretty, at least at that time, very rural state. Even though we lived in town, that they didn't care too much about kids driving, I don't think. But anyway, so one day he wanted me to drive with him through town. So he was going to go running in the desert. So we get through the town part. We're out on the edge of town, and I come to this stop sign. I don't know. Uncle Joel might remember this. Mama might remember this. I don't know. But it was just down the road from where the Reeves lived. It was right on the edge of town, and then you'd come to the end of this road, you'd turn left, and you'd go about maybe a quarter of a mile, and then it was just desert. Well, no, that's not true. There was a ranch there named, owned by Jimmy Jordan. Yeah, his family lived there. Anyway, so they had this ranch right there at the edge of town. Anyway, all that being said, so, I had gotten pretty good at the whole driving of the thing. And keep in mind, it was a manual transmission. You had to let the clutch out about that far before it started to grip. It was just, it was a challenging vehicle to learn to drive on. So, but anyway, I was doing pretty well, and so I'm taking him out there. We're at the edge of town. We're home free. We're safe. And what should happen? But as I'm at this stop sign, a deputy pulls up behind us. And I have not thought about this story in decades. But now as I think about this story, I can recall the feeling of panic and fear that it brought up to have this deputy pull. So of course, I lost my nerve and got nervous. So we started to go, and of course I stall it, I kill it, and then I start to go again, and finally the deputy just. Oh, speaking of deputies, here come it. Oh, really, person? Sorry, I'm trying to get over for this ambulance, and the guy beside me wouldn't let me in. It's just a thing. So anyway, well, that was some excitement to that story, and strangely fitting. That guy has still not pulled over. The guy that wouldn't let me pull over, I'm still watching. He has yet to pull over for that ambulance. Ah, people. Anyway, okay, so to finish my story, after I was so rudely interrupted by the emergency services vehicle, so finally the deputy, he gives up. I'm thinking he's going to turn his lights on, get out of the car, and come, but instead he goes around us and just leaves us sitting, my little panicked self, sitting at the stop sign. So, and that was the end of it. Papa said he must have had someplace he was responding to, that he was in a hurry, so he didn't have time to mess with us. Who knows? But anyway, I wonder if law enforcement officials realize the amount of panic they put people into when they pull up behind them on a car. And I think maybe that's what made me think of this story, because last night Cindy had that happen to her, where the deputy, and then she moved over, and then he moved over, and then there was another car, and I don't know, just whatever. So I think that may be what made me think of this. But anyway, thanks for watching. Love you.